to 8th English class. Children, in the last class, we are in the lesson, in supplementary part, we are in the lesson Lal Bahadur Shastri. With regard to that lesson, we learned how the personality of the Lal Bahadur Shastri was. He was very honest and sincere, because we have seen the incident that in the smallhood, in the childhood, he has offered with the 100 mango for 1 anna. What he has done, he has refused to buy 100 mangoes in 1 anna. Instead of that, to help that vendor, he has took that 50 mango for 1 anna. In the sense, he has saved the seller into getting into losses. Right, children? Suppose we are in that place, what would have done? We think that our 50 anna is saved. Let it take all the 100. Suppose we are in that place, we would have done, because we see our side always. Right? As a consumer, children, we say our side, and we won't think that what could be the condition of the vendor, whether he feel the profit or loss, that we won't see. Right? We see our side should be safe and secure. So here Lal Bahadur Shastri, what he has done, he wanted to stop getting into loss of a vendor, because the vendor was ready to sell 100 mango for 1 anna, because the day was getting to end. The vendor or the seller think that the mango will spoil, so that what he has thought, I will sell all the mangoes, but he has purchased only 1 anna for a 50 mango, and remaining 50 mango he saved for a seller itself. It shows the honesty and selflessness of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. That is one side. And we also seen the sincerity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. What was that? When he was arrested, when he was in an imprisonment, his daughter, she was affected with the smallpox, and she was in her last stage. In that case, he was released on the base on a parole, 15-day relievement, or the release from the imprisonment. And when he has to be released, a government will put him a condition that he should not take part in any of the government agitation. That time what he has done, he refused. He says that suppose if you want to relieve me on parole, you have to relieve me without any condition. Suppose if you suspect me in releasing, then there is no need of a releasement. I will be in a imprisonment as itself. That was the condition, in written condition of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. Children, are you all getting what I am telling? Yes. Then government agreed the condition of a Lal Bahadur, and what they have done, they relieved the Lal Bahadur Shastri on parole. Parole is a gap for the prisoner where they can come out for the 15 days for the purpose. Parole is not given to all the prisoner. It was given to those prisoners, one who are loyal and one who was maintain the good conduct. And a jailer will see the condition, circumstance, whether that prisoner should be released or not, the condition and the situation which they had given for the parole. They will all inquiry, they will do whether it is necessary to relieve the 15 days or not. After all this inquiry only they will relieve. Here government relieved the Shastri because he has given the genuine reason that his daughter was sick, she was about to die. So they will relieve the Lal Bahadur Shastri, and after relieving that, the daughter will die. Soon after his release, his daughter will die, and he has completed all the ritual which has done after the death, and still there is a 3 or 4 days remaining to go to the jail. But what he has done, very sincerely, he admitted that I have came for the purpose of my daughter, and my daughter is no more, then why I should live outside. So he surrendered himself to the jail, and again he will go back to the jail. It shows the children sincerity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri, right? And we also seen that for the virtuality of Lal Bahadur Shastri made him that railway minister, home minister, as a prime minister. That ministry, cabinet ministry, will continue successfully. See, anybody will become railway minister, home minister, or a prime minister, but he has from down to top, he has worked. Is it clear, children? It is very easy to go up, but how he will go up, that we have to see. From down he has climbed step by step and he has reached the top. And we also should remember that he has never worked for the power, right? He never desired for any power and he never had any expectation, but the power came in search of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. The work and dedication made all the posts come near to the Lal Bahadur Shastri. And we also observed that he was good in his academic, right? He was very good in his studies, and whatever subject he has took, in that he has secured very good mark and he was topper of a school, and he has assumed the name as a Shastri for the sake of his knowledge. He got the degree of a Shastri because of his education, as well as his, I can say it is a higher education that he has assumed. Then let's continue in the next paragraph, children. That was in page number 164. Fifth point. When Lal Bahadur Shastri became the railway minister, we read in the last paragraph that he was also appointed as a railway minister, central minister, right? When Lal Bahadur Shastri became the railway minister, there were 4 classes: first, second, intermediate, and third. So it was compartment, like as we go to cinema theatre, there also we can see Gandhi class, first class, second class, and the balcony, right? Like that, even in the railway, there are the compartments like first class, second class, intermediate class, and third class. Like that, 4 section of a traveler or the passenger was there. Why they mentioned here? Because first class compartment offered luxurious service. It means that one who are traveling in the first class, they used to enjoy all the comfort, benefit, or the luxurious travel in first class passenger. Whereas, but the discomfort of the passenger in the third class compartment was behind the description. So, one who are traveling in the first class, they enjoy very comfort in their journey. Whereas, people one who traveling in third class, they was very pathetic in the sense, only for the sake of a journey. They had started the journey from the point A and till the point, the destination, they have to tolerate. They have to just to tolerate, because they have to cover the distance. For that sake, they have to tolerate all the miseries or all the discomfort they are getting in the journey. That is the condition of the children. Third class compartment. Are you all understanding what I am telling about? This is about the journey one who are doing in railway, that in the third class compartment. They did not have even minimum comfort. Minimum comfort in the sense, even they don't have place to step inside the compartment. Lal Bahadur made a lot of effort to reduce this vast difference. So what he has done, observing all this discomfort in the third class compartment, he has done so many work, so many effort to remove the difference between first class as well as a third class. What he has done? The first class that offered the royal comfort was abolished. So first what he has done, whatever comfort or the luxurious journey they are getting in the first class, first that he has removed. Because one who are enjoying very comfort in the first class, that condition only he has removed first. Then the old second class came to be known as intermediate class as a second class. So what he has done, what the second class was there first. So see here, in the first it was first class, second class, intermediate, then the third class. This is the compartment in the right first. So to remove this difference, what he has done, he has removed this first class. Okay, he removed and combined these two as a first. By combining second and intermediate, he made it as a one compartment, first compartment. Then this third class will become second in a new. Clear, children? So earlier it was first, second, intermediate and third class compartment. To remove the difference between these first and third, what he has done, he has combined, he has merged. That was, first compartment was abolished and second and intermediate was made it as a first compartment and the third compartment was made it as a second. Now instead of 4, there is only now two compartment in the railway section. That was the implement done by Lal Bahadur Shastri. See, the first class that offered the royal comfort was abolished. The old second class came to be known as a first and the intermediate as a second class. This idea has to leave only two classes of a compartment. In course of time, the first and second also provided more facilities to travel in the third class compartment. So what he has done, all the facilities he has made for same for all the two categories of a passenger. Before there was only a first class were getting all the comfort whatever required and here nothing in the third compartment. So what he has done, all the facilities are made available for all the two section of a passenger, right? Because all are paying, all are want to take a journey, then why there is a need of a discrimination whether rail is their personal vehicle to make a discrimination? No, because it is an asset of a government. When it is an asset of a government, all should have equal rights. So he removed all the indifference, disequality, comfort and made everyone, all the facilities available for everyone. And he he also provided more facility to travel in the third class compartment. He was during his time, the electric fan were provided in the third class compartment. You maybe have seen in the train. In a train there is a AC coach, non-AC coach as well as in a non-AC coach you may have seen the fan, electric fan. That is the contribution of a Lal Bahadur Shastri during that time itself. So he provided the train fan facility for the second this compartment people also. He also worked hard to improve the management of a railway to eliminate the theft on the train. During that time there was so much of a theft. Whatever kept in the train during the time of a journey, it used to theft. And there is nobody to take a responsibility, no inquiry, nothing was going to be held. So he worked hard to eliminate the theft because it is very risky, children. If we have risk while traveling, the things which you are carrying in the ride, that was no guarantee that we will take to the place because it was sure that we are going to lose that things. In such case, whether we are going to take journey in that, there is a no meaning in providing comfort to any section because there is a comfort but there is no guarantee for a security who want to take such journey. Are you getting what I am telling? You think that you have so much of a facility, lots of comfort when you take journey in a train, you can reach safely without any tire, very early you can reach and at the same time there is no guarantee for your things. In that case, who want to take journey? Right? So along with all this improvement, he even worked to eliminate the theft. Okay? Then, though Lal Bahadur Shastri was a Prime Minister, he lived a simple life. It shows the Simplicity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. We know that he worked as a railway minister, home minister, as a prime minister. When prime minister, home minister means a very rich kind of the, it will be pictured as a very rich, right? Here it shows how the Lal Bahadur was simple. He has led the life of a simplicity. See, though Lal Bahadur Shastri was the prime minister, he lived a simple life. As a railway minister, he travelled by the second class. See, though he was a railway minister, he never took the comfort of a first class. He used to go in the last compartment, that was a second class compartment. When he served as a home minister, he had no home of his own. See, though he is a home minister, he never purchased his own home. He lived in a rented home itself. After the Ailur railway accident, he accepted the moral responsibility and resigned the cabinet. So what happened? Once they will get the railway accident. It is a see children, the accident is, as the name says, it is accident. Nobody held responsible, but a person, one who was head of that responsibility, most of the time he will be considered as a what? Failure. Suppose you are doing one group event, if that group event is failure, the group leader will be held responsible, right children? Yes or no? Though at the same time the member of a group, they may not work hard. Another side, the group leader itself work hard and the group member may not be work hard, but we will be held group leader responsible and he will be responsible for failure of the event. Correct? So here a railway accident took place. It is an accident, but he, as a railway minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri will take that responsibility. He will take a moral responsibility, so that what he has done, he resigned the post of a railway minister. When there was a scarcity of food in the country, he asked the people to eat less. He and his family members ate only one meal a day. So there is a scarcity in food, because see children, this is the situation when he assumed the power. That time we were relieved in the hands of a British, and that time India was so weak, both financially, socially, politically. India is like almost paralyzed. Though India was rich before the attack of a British children. You know, I hope you know this one, right? So after the attack and after the rule of British, India financially become very weak. Not only financially, entirely India was become weak. We can say it is a paralyzed, no power, physically weak. In that time, it has to be required to get up again. Get up again in the sense, a patient, one who was paralyzed, he has to be required, he need to be required to grow physically. It needs lot of strength, lot of work, right? So in that case, India has faced the scarcity of food. In that time, he insisted people that you ate little less. Not stomach full, at least eat less, eat minimum, so that you get the energy. Right? For that sake you eat, and don't eat so much, because that so much can become less, become much to others. If we instead of eating this much, eat this much, remaining this much we can share to other, and so that they can fill their stomach. That was the intention of Lal Bahadur Shastri. He, remember children here, observe here that he not only insisted us to do, he himself has done that. Right? See? He not only told the people to eat less, he himself, along with his family, ate only one meal for a day. See how big sacrifice it is, right? As a home minister, he never purchased his own home. As a railway minister, he never took the journey of a first class. He used to go in the second class compartment. It shows the simplicity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri, right? So he ate one meal a day. Even as a prime minister, he did not have a car of his own. See, he never purchased car of his own. Just to please his wife and children, he brought a small car for his son, taking a loan from the government. To impress, for the sake of his family member, he took the small car, that too in a loan. Clear? If he made a money, he could have purchased own car without any loan. But to make his family member happy, he purchased very small car for the sake of a son, that too from taking loan from the government. Even after becoming the minister, he adopted austere living, means simple living. One day, an old friend of his visited his house. So, this para completely shows the simplicity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. One day, his friend visited his home. Shastri was then in home minister. He was a home minister that time. That time incident it was telling. When his friend visited his home, he was a home minister that time. He told his friend that his wife was away and as such he could not offer him dinner. So he thought of giving dinner to his friend, but he gave the genuine reason that now my house in my home, my wife is not there to cook and serve you dinner. So it was surprise to friend. Being a home minister, he don't have a maid at his home, right? Because he is in such a position, he can hire many servants at his home. Though here we should see, as a home minister, he has not purchased a home, he has not kept the servant. Servant for whom? Servant for whom? See, he is serving a country. Does anybody required to serve in children? Suppose if we keep a servant, that is a government money, where he is living a comfort life in the money of a government. That he refused. Instead of that, I am serving for the sake of a country, and so I don't require any servant to serve me. That is the policy of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. See, Shastri was then home minister. He told his friend that his friend was away and such he could not offer him dinner. The friend was surprised to know that Shastri's wife was still engaged in cooking. It was surprise to his friend. As a home minister wife, still she is in a work of cooking. That was a surprise to his friend. He suggested to appoint a cook. Shastri told him that he had no money to pay the cook. So he accepted the reason that I am getting very less salary as a home minister. In my personal money, with my salary, I cannot offer a maid or a cook. I cannot offer because that much salary I don't want. If I want to keep a cook, that cook will be paid in a government money. That is a misuse. That misuse he don't wanted to do it. Though Lal Bahadur Shastri looked physically short and weak, he was a strong. See, here it shows the simplicity of a Lal Bahadur Shastri. In this paragraph, though he looked, in the first paragraph we read children, what was that? He was very simple, calm. But if the time insists, he can become tough also, right? So, it says the incident that a peaceful person, how he got the angry. Though Lal Bahadur Shastri looked physically short and weak, he was strong in mind and action. He was tactful and firm. So he was very skillful in his thinking and firm in the sense stable in his decision. Whatever decision he take, it was very accurate, correct. Nobody can change it and nobody can question it. He showed that he could take a bold decision. He abolished the control on cement and steel. So before the Lal Bahadur Shastri, there was so external power who was trying to control cement and steel. That was a big income to the government. I hope you know it, children, right? So iron and steel industry always run and managed by the government. During the time of Lal Bahadur Shastri, it was some external force who was trying to control cement and steel industry, and it was a bold decision of Lal Bahadur Shastri that he has stopped that control on iron and steel. It means that he has brought that iron and steel and cement industry on the control of our Indian government itself. Violent agitation broke down in South India because people thought that the government was forcing Hindi on them and that it would be made the sole official language. And second incident was that after the independence, the government has declared that Hindi as our national language, and they also told that everybody should accept Hindi as a communal language. That was opposed by the South Indian people, because see here, South Indian people in South India, the states are different, a regional language are different. In that situation, it is difficult to accept Hindi as a one language. So all the South Indian people took the agitation and they went against the government decision. That time, to make people come, what he has done, that he made English as an official language. Though Hindi is a national language, at the same time English was kept as a official language. Along with the Hindi, even people can speak the English, they can learn the English, and they can use the English as a communication language. That to make people comfortable and easy, he took that policy, that English as a official language. See, violent agitation broke out in South India because people thought that the government was forcing Hindi on them and that it would be made sole official language. Shastri announced that English should be continued to be associate official language of India. Along with the Hindi, he even made English as the official language. If you are not understanding Hindi, if you know the English, you can work as a official language. That was the intention. Then, when Pakistan attacked Jammu and Kashmir, Shastri declared in Parliament, force will be met with force. See, the intention was that Jammu Kashmir should goes to Pakistan. So, they attacked the India. In that time, Lal Bahadur Shastri declared that force will be met with the force. Suppose they are forcing us to leave the Kashmir, we will force Pakistan to leave the India. So the saying is that force will be met with the force. He gave the freedom to army to take action against Pakistan and teach it a lesson. So he will give full freedom. So you know that Prime Minister was having a control on all the forces. So along with the President, even the Prime Minister has a force. So he declared that if suppose they attack and trouble the India, Indian army should not remain quiet. They should not remain quiet. They can fight again to teach the lesson. So he gave the full freedom. He gave the freedom, the army to take action against the Pakistan and teach a lesson. The Indian army entered the Pakistan and won the war. Pakistan learned a lesson it could be never forget. So he didn't kept quiet. If they slapped, in return he too slapped to teach a lesson to Pakistan. That was the saying that force will be met with the force, so that even the Pakistan people should know the trouble of India, so that again they never try to trouble the Indians. That was the intention of Lal Bahadur Shastri. So it was a lesson to Pakistan, so that they never harm the Indians. So children, here in the lesson we learned the education of Lal Bahadur Shastri, the personality, kindness, sincerity, honesty, as well as a firm decision of Lal Bahadur Shastri, especially in the case of Pakistan, India versus Pakistan. All this we can learn in this lesson, and I insist you to read the lesson for the further understanding, children, and I will provide you notes shortly. Read the lesson and understand. I will meet you in the next class. Till then, take care.